Desrangement, a saga of the first ethnic cleansing in North American history, of the Acadians, a hardy, joyous people who built the farms from Thailand, and they came over from France in the 1600s and 1700s, and then were expelled by British arms and American greed. Their farms burnt, their lands seized, scattered to the four winds, where they died by the thousands of disease, drowning, and starvation. And now, 250 years later, incredibly resilient, the Acadians rise again, resurgent, and the happiest culture that one could want. Desrangement.
What purpose do you think the song serves, either to educate or heal any old wounds, or
I think
it'll have any effect on that?
Yeah, I think the purpose of the song to be served is first and foremost justice, to have an accurate understanding of what actually happened back then. In a sense, I think we're all the inheritors of responsibility for running the Acadians off the land that they themselves earned. I found it illuminating that the French settlers won the trust of the Indians, and the way that they did that, it was so hard-working. They actually made new land out of the tideland along the Fundy shore with the diking techniques that they were really good at. So they weren't imposing on the native land. They made land of their own and they farmed it. And so the natives quickly recognized that they too were better off with the Acadians growing food in great quantities nearby their settlements. I think just giving them their due. I think that's the fundamental benefit that I'm hoping for.
Yeah. What do you think people will take from it or learn from it? You know, if maybe they've already got a preconceived notion about history.
Well, I hope they get like a brief version of the real story. Like I tried to make it as historically accurate as I could. It is a long song. It's 10.5 minutes long or something like that, and it is a tragic story. So a tough story to tell. I originally wrote it. It was probably 3 times as long as it is now, so I had to edit it for brevity and not be too redundant. So the pace of it is quite good. Oh, I worked on that a lot. The instrumentation is fabulous. Ray Legier in particular, whose violin is the voice of the Acadians, it's just incredible. It's a work of absolute genius on Ray's part. The feeling of the suffering that the Acadians went through, and then the incredible joy of the resurgence in recent decades. Ray also played mandolin, which is fabulous. Paul McGraw was a wonderful addition as the song swings back up toward the end and the joyous resurgence of the Acadian culture. Jim McDonald did a fabulous job. It's not so much a song as a soundscape. Yes, there is a song with lyrics and music, but there's many other enriching sounds from the time that the original French explorers came to the New World and settled in Port Royal in 1604. To the time that they reclaimed the tidelands, raised their cattle, fed most of this country, fed soldiers from France, soldiers from Britain, went back and forth across an increasing tension, and eventually fell victim to British arms supported by American greed.